Welcome to this tutorial on embedding a Twitter account inside of your course in Desire to Learn. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go under your Twitter account that you're the owner of. And if we go in, there's going to be a little gear option here, a little settings button. So if I click on that and select the second last option, which is titled Settings, it brings me into my Twitter account settings. And over here on the left-hand side of the screen, at the very bottom, the very last option is titled Widgets. So if I select that, I can go in and it brings up this widgets area here in the middle of the screen, and I can press the create new button. So we're just going to go on and we're going to create a new widget. It puts in our username automatically for us. Under the options here, by default it excludes the replies. So what happens is any tweet that the instructor or you would make from this account will show up here, but any of the replies from students or anyone else would not be displayed. Now, if that's what you would like, just leave this checked off. However, if you do want the replies to show up, you would unselect that box and any reply to anything that's posted on this account will show. You can also have the photos auto expanded, which again is the default. You can set the height, the theme, light versus dark. You have the ability to set that as well. So this is what dark would look like, or you can change it back to light. And I do recommend, with this instance, to have it light because all the other widgets within Desire to Learn within your course are light. So this would just keep everything the same. Link color, you can go on and set that as well. But the important thing is we're just going to press this little at the bottom here. There's a little create widget button here in blue. So if we select that, it'll create this widget for us. And what's important is right here is the embed code. So it says at the bottom, copy and paste the code into the HTML of your site. So that's what we want to do. We want to copy this HTML code. It's already selected for us. So all I have to do is just right click on my mouse, and then I can select the copy option here. So I'm just going to copy this code. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into Desire to Learn. So I'm back into my Desire to Learn course that I want to embed the Twitter feed in. And I just press this little edit course button here up in the upper right hand side of the screen. And then there's going to be an option here way over on the left hand side under your site setup titled Widgets. So we're going to go on and we're going to create our own widget in Desire to Learn. So when we go in under the widgets area, there's this create widget button here in blue, and we're going to select that. The name of this we're just going to put in Twitter feed, and then after that release conditions. If you wanted to only release this Twitter feed to certain students or create any kind of release conditions that they have to complete something in the course in order to see this widget, you can do that here. However, in this demonstration, I want all my students to be able to see it. Now, the important thing is here under content. What I'm going to do is there's two tabs here, basic versus advanced. It doesn't really matter which one you're under. The important thing is here on the lower right hand corner, there's going to be a little button here that says edit HTML source, and it's just the second little option here right beside your spelling ABC option. It's the edit HTML source. So if we press that, the source editor, HTML source editor will appear. And so I'm just going to right click again on my mouse and click paste, and it's going to paste this Twitter feed or Twitter HTML, I guess, that we just copied from the widget that we had just created in Twitter. And then at the bottom here, there's this little update button right here. So if I press update, it's going to show me the tweets by my at D2L _UMB account. And then once you do that, just at the bottom of the screen here, there's a save and close button. So I'm just going to save and close. And so we can see we've got our Twitter feed widget right here. So what happens is in Desire to Learn, when you create this widget, it doesn't automatically add it to your home page. We have to go on and do it ourselves. So if I just go under, there's two options. I can go in here under this Home Pages tab right here, or if I go under the Edit Course button, there's a little option here for home pages as well. It brings you into exactly the same area. So I can see I've got my course default right here is the active home page, and this is the one that's active for all courses here at UMB. So I'm not able to make any edits to this, otherwise it would be reflective in those other courses. So the easiest thing to do instead of creating a home page from scratch is I'm going to make a copy of this existing one. So if I just select this little action button right here and press copy, it copies the home page that's currently in place, and then I can just select that to go in. And maybe I don't want it to be called course default copy. Maybe I want to call it, training course homepage. And then if I just scroll down the page, you can see these are the current existing widgets that are in place. So maybe I don't want to have the role switch anymore widget because that's something that's just available to me, the instructor, and maybe I don't want to use it. So I can just get rid of that. And I want to add the Twitter widget, so I'm just going to press add widgets. So if I press it here, it'll add it to the right hand side of the screen here. If I pressed add widget over here, it would add it to the middle of the screen. So, and then at the bottom here, if I clicked add widget, it would add it to the very, very bottom of the page. So what I want to do is I actually want to have it right up under the updates widget right here. So what I can do is just press this add widgets button, and I can go on here, and if I search down through the widgets to select, there's one here called Twitter feed, which is the one that we just created. So I just check that off and press this add button, and you can see it adds this widget here. So I want it to be up under updates. So I'm just going to click here on the left hand side. You can see the three little lines there and so I'm just going to drag that up here, and I'm going to drop it right here. So it puts it right here, right below the updates where I'd like it. And so if I just scroll down to the very bottom of the page, there's a save and close. So I press that. And so you can see the course default is still the active home page here in the course. So what I want to do is select this, and I want to change it to the training course homepage that we just created. So I just change that here. I press apply. And then if I go back under my course homepage, you'll see that the Twitter feed here is now showing up within my Desire to Learn course. So this concludes the tutorial on embedding a Twitter feed within your course in D2L.